Welcome to A Safe Place with Ellen. Today we're going to talk about how stalking impacts the survivors. We'll recap last week with stalking, the definition of stalking. Stalking is repeated unwanted attention or harassment. Stalking victims report a severe change in their lifestyle after being stalked. We want to talk about some of those today. Some of the impacts on stalking is psychological, physical, social. It can even be financial. With psychological could be embarrassment, a feeling of guilt. It could also be fear, of course. It could be afraid to go into public, afraid to be alone. PTSD could be a symptom of stalking. Physical effects of stalking could be fatigue. It could be being constantly on guard, depression, constantly sleeping. It could also be that always being on the edge, feeling that something is always going to happen, which could impact the physical part, like being sick. You could feel sick for no reason at all, other than the fact of being stalked. But you could also have stomach issues. You could have back issues. When I say physical, I mean truly your physical body. Stalking can affect your social life, and we think, well, that would be obvious. But the impact is not wanting to be with family, not wanting to be out in public, and we know that's for fear of meeting if you happen to know the person that's stalking you, or the fear that the person who's stalking you is there. Another reason is, we tend to isolate. We isolate ourselves. And we isolate ourselves because we don't want, or there could be a fear that the people that we love could be hurt. So when we think about that, we realize that the fear of not wanting to be around family or not wanting to go into public, how that impacts, then you're inside. Then when you isolate yourself, there's where depression could come in. That's where we start thinking that we feel guilty and we can't be with our families. When we talk about how stalking can impact us financially, well, we go back to isolation. We don't go to work because we're afraid to go to work. We don't go to work because they may call us at work all the time. Then you've got that harassment in there. So we miss work, we miss wages. If we have to go legally to stop someone from harassing us, then we've got court charges. If we have to move to get away from someone stalking us, then we've got moving costs. Those are things that we don't really think of when we're thinking of stalking, how it impacts financially, how it impacts physically, psychologically. Stalking is such a terrible thing and such a life-altering thing. When women say stalking changes our lives severely, these are just some of the things that can happen. If you would like to know more, we're going to give you our phone number, our email. Call us, let us know, and we'll try to get more on this part of stalking.